friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Monday, April 28th. I have 5 items sold over the last 48 hours. This is Saturday and Sunday sales. My gross sales amount was $139.41. I had to deal with the situation. I got cried on, so please just ignore the shirt. All right, I forget what I was saying. My gross sales were $139.41. This isn't supposed to happen so soon into the video. All right, I had 2 sales on Poshmark, 2 on eBay, and 1 on Depop. And like I said, some of these are sold pretty fast. This one, not so much. This one was the longest that it took to sell. This is a bra, obviously. It does have like a 2-tone that's like pink and red. I find that generally, not always, clearly because of this, but the more like, I don't know, fancier they look, the faster they sell. I'm gonna wad this up and put it in the cup. I'm gonna put this in a poly mailer. The cups are already like bent, like creased. That's the word I'm looking for. I would normally put this in a box, but I don't feel like it. So this is the brand Wacoal. I should have showed you the tag and I forgot, I'm sorry. Wacoal bras have an average sale price of $16.88 with a 24% sell-through rate. Mine sold for $14 on Poshmark. I've had this for 7 months, which isn't ridiculously long, but long enough. And yeah, I just took a lower offer. Like I said, this was 2 days worth of sales. That's not a lot for 2 days worth of sales. I'll be honest with you. It's been, yeah, April's been rough. I feel like I said that in February too. I know I said it, but I'm going to be honest with you. April was rougher than February. So, all right. I bought this for $1-ish at the Bins, which is the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. After my fees, which are $2.95, if you don't know, on Poshmark, it's 20% unless it's under $15, and then it's a flat fee of $2.95. So after those 2 numbers, my profit is $10.05, which is pretty good for a bra, honestly. Okay, this I also took a low offer on, but it's not in great condition at all. It's a tank top, but it actually has like a really good sell-through rate, but you can kind of tell like it's dingy, it's like stretched out. It doesn't have, other than it says small, it doesn't have any other like markings on it. When I listed it, I didn't think the sell-through rate was very good, but as I check it when I do the video, like you can even see the label is like, well, maybe you can't see the labels coming off there. So that's Vuori, and which is a really popular name right now. I hear it a lot when I am watching reselling videos. This is the only Vuori I have ever found. Not something that's super common in my area, but I did find this one at my favorite thrift store. I don't know if I did a haul or a work with me or something along those lines, and I had looked this up and said I was probably going to list it around $15, and someone in the comments was like, you should list it for like $25 and you'll still get that. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I think I ended up listing it. I know I ended up listing it for $25. The average sale price for who knows if I'm saying it right, Vuori tank top is $23.70, and the sell-through rate is 55%. I don't remember the sell-through rate for a tank top being that high. I think this was a racer back, you know, it has that kind of look in the back. And I didn't add Racer back to today's search when I did the comps. So maybe that changed it. I don't know. 55% is real high. Love that percentage. This sold for $12. Somebody offered me $12, and one, I knew it was not in great condition. And I disclosed all of that in the listing. And then two, like I said, I've not had great sales, so I'm kind of just trying to sell what I can at this point. So it's over $12. Yeah, it took 2 months to sell. I bought it for $1 and my profit is $8.05. So considering the return on investment, I mean, I 8 times to my money. This is it. This is the thing that sold so fast. It sold in a day, just one day. I don't know why I didn't take it out of, I do know why I didn't take it out of the bag. Because they're shoes and I have a like really light thing here. And I didn't want any dirt from the bottom. All right, so these are like little Mary Janes. They actually have like a little bit of suede on them. And it says leather fabric upper, balance, man-made, made in China, size 39. Brand is Dansko. So if you are familiar with Dansko, they usually have like a clog looking thing. That's what they're most known for, I believe. And I Google image search these, and these are called the Rayanne, Raeanna. And I searched specifically Dansko Rayanne, and the average sale price was $37.55. The 45% sell-through rate. That's crazy. I love that. I was so excited when I saw that. I've had these for a really long time, like a couple months, and I finally just got to, I kind of have a system in my area when I do photographs. So I have a couple bins. I have a bin for pants and shorts and skirts that I hang on like a clippy hanger, and my daughter photographs all of them, and it lives under here. I have a couple bins here. Yeah, you can see them. Those are shirts, tops, coats, dresses, anything that can just hang from a regular hanger. I photograph all of those. And then over in the corner, I have another bin that houses anything that I do a flat lay. So purses, bras, shoes, belts, hats, anytime I do like lots of items. So I know I have like 2 sweaters that are exactly the same that I was gonna lot together. They're just different colors. I have 2 like kind of tropical shirts that are the same size and the same brand I was gonna lot together. I had like a little baby sweater vest that it just looked funny hanging on my big giant hanger, and so I put that in there. Anyway, I batch photograph, so I will just do one kind of thing all at the same time. So a few days ago, I finally got to my bin of flat lay stuff, and I was able to take pictures. So it had been in there a couple months, and I looked it up to list it, and I was like, holy cow, that's fantastic. So Dansko Rayanne, I had the only one in that size. And so based on what other ones were listed for, and I looked in pretty good condition. They weren't perfect, but not bad. I listed them for it was $47.95. And the person offered me $40, and then with the shipping costs that they paid $47.29. So basically they offered enough that their shipping would be free, you know? Does that make sense? All right, so they paid $47.29. I paid $2 for these at my favorite thrift store, and they sold in one day. So fast. Like, I do all my new listings on eBay daily, and then the next day I will go, and the things that I listed the day before I'll list onto Poshmark. I hadn't even gotten to list them on Poshmark, so it was less than 24 hours. fantastic. Love it. After my fees, my shipping costs, my $2 cost of goods, my profit is $32.17. Woo! Love that. Most of the time, my profit is not that high. I'm loving this little happy mail. I do ship most shoes in poly mailers. Never had an issue. Hopefully I won't today. It's not to say that I won't ever, but as of now, I've not had any issues. All right, I paid up for this. And when I say pay up, it's a tank top. Actually, 2 tank tops in one day. I paid $5 for a tank top. But I had some things, some factors, if you will. I try to avoid saying factor, and I need to just give it up because I can't come up with another word. What else are you gonna say? Characteristics. It has a characteristic. Okay. First of all, it's Torrid, which is not just something I'm generally going to pay up for. There are some categories that I will pay up for, like if it has skulls or rainbows on it, I will pay like regular thrift store prices. When I say pay up, my average cost of goods is right about $2.50. So paying higher than $1 or $2 to me is paying up. I paid $5.29 for this. This also has that baby doll style that apparently everyone is absolutely in love with. It's also a very like light, creamy yellow, and apparently butter yellow is like a thing right now. And this is indeed butter yellow, in my opinion. It also has like lace here, and the other thing is Torrid is a plus size. It has vanity sizing. 5 is a 5X. I don't know if that's actually considered vanity sizing. They have their own sizing, and it's just the number. So because of all that, I paid $5 for this. So I looked up comps for Torrid baby doll tank. I think I also used Cami in the title. I don't know. If you're new and you're coming to me for keywords, that's not my forte. I don't know what I'm doing with keywords. I'm trying, I'm learning, but I don't share my titles, partially because it's not easy for me to do, but also because I don't think that that's the best thing that I do. So the lighting's really bad because it's evening and the sun's in the wrong spot for my garage door. Sorry about that. Okay, average sale price is $15.73 with a 17% sell-through rate. Not super high. I did price this at $30, which is kind of insane if you think about it, but someone offered me $20.50 and I was like, yes, please, that's a great idea. We'll do that. And after 1 month, I made $12.37. So I a little bit more than doubled my money. I also made my $5 back. And somebody's getting a really cute shirt, which is great. What was I gonna tell you? I don't know. I gotta keep that because it has my total profit on it. This I've sold before. And I think that lighting's terrible. When I started, I was like, oh, it's not bad. Yeah, it's real bad. I'm so sorry. All right, I'll try again next time to do better. This is a dress. I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna let you tell me what you think. Take a guess. What is the brand? This is the dress. So it's midi length, kind of hits mid calf. It's got a really big puff sleeve. It's smocked on the back. The skirt is tiered. It's lined. Is it lined? It is lined. And it is a 2X, which sometimes is helpful. I did not add like plus size or anything to this. So anyway, I have seen so many girls wearing this dress lately. Like we live in a college town, and our local college just had graduation. There were so many girls in this dress for their college graduation. I was like looking at pictures. Okay, are you ready to guess? Did I just show you the tag? Go ahead and guess. It's Old Navy. So this is new without tags. I bought it at the liquidation store in my town, and okay. So I had 3 of these. I just did this. Why did I undo it? That doesn't make any sense, Jen. Okay. I had 3 of these. A friend of mine, ooh, it has pockets. Forgot about that. It's always fun. Okay, hold on. I'll get there. So distracted all the time. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna take a drink of water. I'm gonna have a quiet moment. Feel free to have a quiet moment with me. Friendly reminder to hydrate. Okay, I'm also just gonna take a squirrel moment. I just went to the chiropractor, and it's so good. Like, I never feel really good right after I go to the chiropractor. I actually feel kind of usually worse. But the next day I feel so much better. And I just think self-care is so important. And I think sometimes we think of self-care as like, hey, there's a big buzzing thing flying near me. Sometimes I think we think of self-care as like, oh, let's get a manicure, a manicure or a pedicure. I just combined those. Or, oh, we need to, I don't know. I don't even know what people do, but like facials or whatever. And maybe that is self-care for you. But I think just like drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, getting, proactive medical care, whether that's, going to your doctor, or whether that's going to like a naturopath, whatever that looks like for you. Eating nourishing foods, sometimes eating things that aren't nourishing because our soul needs them. I don't know. I just think self-care is so important. So anyway, question of the day, what do you do for self-care? What do you do for self-care? I would love to know. I go to the chiropractor on the regular, because I have all sorts of whacked out back stuff. I do a lot for my soul, like my spiritual life. I do a lot. I think that's really important. I really try to drink a lot of water. I drink really good coffee occasionally, and that is so good for me, just to drink it slow and savor it. I read really good books. I take walks. I hike. Getting out in nature, that's like my biggest self-care thing. I love to be in nature. Don't unfold that, Jen. Okay, let me start over. Let's see if I can get my crazy, chaotic brain into a self-care, calm brain here. Okay. I bought 3 of these at the local liquidation store. I sold one for $24, I think, on Poshmark, which was great. And then I realized that these are like really popular, and I bumped the price up. And I actually had this listed for $40. And so it was listed for $40. Somebody offered me $30. I accepted that. They paid $30 plus $9 shipping on Depop. It did not cost me $9 to ship it. I haven't changed anything. I don't do shipping correctly on Depop. If you're new here and you're coming to me for Depop things, I'm not your girl. There's someone out there who's really good at Depop. I don't know who it is. If you know who it is, Let me know in the comments. So I would love to know them and get some tips. But I do charge the buyer shipping. I charged $9. It only cost $2.53, so I made $2.47 in the shipping. The fees are super low. $1.80 was my, I think it's just a payment processing fee on Depop, if I remember correctly. I've had this for 5 months, which is medium. I only paid 90 cents for it. So because of the super low cost of goods, my making a little bit of money on the shipping, my profit is $29.77. Fantastic. Super thrilled with that. The third one I loaned to a friend. I was going to give to a friend. I think she had like she went on a cruise, and apparently they were having like a theme night, and she was supposed to wear a white dress, and she was struggling with finding a white dress. She tried it on, decided she didn't want to keep it, but she hasn't returned it to me yet, and I'm not super worried about it. But I do need to make sure that I delist it instead of keeping it on there with the quantity of one. I love getting things that are multi-quantity because I just took pictures of one dress and listed 3 of them. It was 1/3 of the work, which is great, and the profit was really good on that. So we'll see. It has had a ton of interest. There have been so many likes and watches and follows and not comments, but the offers. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Anyway, my profit for the last 2 days was $92.41. If you've seen a couple of my last videos, you know I'm low in April. It's just kind of the way it is. I am choosing to have a good attitude about it most of the time. So I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for putting up with the chaotic brain and my cried on sweater. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.